Hey everybody, Chief Meteorologist Brad Penovich here. We've got another fast-moving winter storm that's going to affect parts of the South. Nothing like we saw earlier this week on Monday, but it's certainly going to have some more snow for parts of the mountains and over in Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, and parts of Virginia. Let me show you the overall pattern here. The area we're watching right now is this right here. It doesn't look like much. We've got plenty of cold air coming in with this front, but this low pressure is going to track like this and bring a swath of snow across the Mid-South, basically going into Thursday night and early on Friday. So let me quickly show you, all of the winter storm watches and warnings that are starting to pop up here. So far in the Southeast, what we've seen is winter weather advisories issued for parts of northern Alabama and even the Tennessee Valley. And then you see the winter storm watches, which are going to be expanded. Trust me, they will be for parts of eastern Kentucky, West Virginia, Virginia, Southwest Virginia. For the North Carolina mountains, you can see the Tennessee line is in there now. But trust me, I think we're going to see at least minimum winter weather advisories issued for parts of the North Carolina mountains going into the early part of tomorrow or maybe even late tonight. So let me show you how things are going to unfold on Futurecast. All right, so let's watch this thing unfold. A couple things to notice here is I want you to see how the southern stream energy down to the south, which is going to be down here over Texas, Louisiana, the kind of the Arklatex region, and then a little piece of energy coming in from the north combining with that cold air kind of develops this thing. So we'll go through today, and you can see this piece of energy coming down out of the Rockies, and then look at the moisture getting pulled up from the Gulf of Mexico and kind of coming together here right over the Mid-South. So we'll stop this early tomorrow morning, and you can see the system developing right there. So this is basically 7 a.m. on Thursday morning. You can see the moisture to the south, a shield of snow, and maybe some brief heavy snow across Tennessee again, moving pretty quickly tomorrow morning. This is going to be pushing to the east through the day. And by late tomorrow, this starts to move into eastern Tennessee. So you're looking at some really heavy snow bands, possibly in Kentucky and especially down into Tennessee. The thing is, as a snow lover, you want to see heavy snow. But to get to the heavy snow, you got to kind of play with danger. Being closest to the rain snow line, yeah, you could really get shafted with rain. But if you're just into the cold air, that's where the heaviest snow is. But it's boom or bust in those situations. And you can see as this develops tomorrow afternoon, it really picking up speed compared to what we saw 24 hours ago. And notice how the elevation, so high elevation snow is really going to be the key part tomorrow afternoon because it's still going to be pretty warm. We're going to be in the 50s in the Piedmont, probably 30s and 40s in the mountains. So we're going to have to dynamically cool down the atmosphere here as this moves in mid-afternoon tomorrow. And you can see it moving off to the east fairly quickly here as it goes through time. And by tomorrow night, late night, this thing's out of here pretty quickly. But I will tell you on the backside, there's going to be some good northwest flow snow. So there could be a little burst of really powdery snow because the air behind this is really cold. So along the spine, those northwest facing slopes on the backside of the system could get a nice little burst of powder on the backside. And then you see it moving off the east coast here as we go into early on Friday. So it's a fast mover. And that's the thing. This is not going to be as dynamic as the system on Monday. And because it's moving almost faster than the Monday system, it's just not going to have a time to throw down a bunch of snow. I looped it here. This is a 48-hour loop here to kind of show you the movement. So let me quickly show you some of the snow probabilities here. I'm going to throw up the 72-hour snow probabilities here. And again, this is the accumulation probabilities. Whoops, let me remove that real quick, and we'll kind of probe this. So you can see up in here, you've got some 6-inch amounts, and up in West Virginia, maybe some bigger amounts showing up there. But in North Carolina, you're probably looking at more in the 1 to 2 inch range. But I think this gives you a real good indication on where we're going to see some of the heaviest snow develop right near the Tennessee line. And in that same vein, I want to show you real quickly kind of what the going forecast is. And I really agree with this based on the grids. You could see these higher elevations down here probably getting in this 1 to 3 inch range. Near the Tennessee line, these will be areas to watch for maybe 1 to 3. The high side's probably going to be 4. The one caveat here is on the backside, that northwest flow could overcome some of that, some of these totals and maybe overproduce a little bit. So if there's going to be a higher amount, it's probably going to come from the backside. But the speed of this is going to reduce the totals overall. I do anticipate about 1 to 3 inches. And notice even up here, we could see a quick trace on the backside of this, but I don't think this is going to be nearly as impressive as our Monday system, but kind of shows you the pattern we're in right now. We're definitely getting more and more of these winter type setups here which is great news if you're of a winter lover, and it's definitely a far cry from the pattern we had in December. Of course, I will post updates throughout the next couple of days. Quickly, before I leave you, I will show you where those winter storm watches are currently and the winter weather advisories. Expect these to expand over the next 12 hours or so.